So starting on the outside of the RV here, you're going to see there's a set of keys. The very long key that says forward on it is going to be your ignition key, and it's on a ring all its own. These two black keys you see together are for the outside of the door lock. The larger square bottom does the deadbolt, and the round black bottom key does the handle lock. These can both be locked from the inside as well. There will be two other small keys that you see together. Those are for the locks for the spare tire. There will be one other black bottomed key by itself that opens the front hood. And then you have this one small round silver bottom key that says CH751 on the bottom. Pardon me, there it is. And that key unlocks all of your luggage bays around the bottom outside. What you'll want to do is stick the key in, you'll turn it a quarter turn, you will want to make sure that that extra latch is open, and then you can see that these compartments open. It's a very small key. They are not heavy duty locks, so if it doesn't turn, try just moving the key slightly in and out to make sure it's either fully in or just a little bit out. And then that quarter turn. Again, don't twist very hard. You could break the key off in it, and then you're going to have a very big problem. In this first compartment, I keep a multi-tool set, some extra engine oil, some screws, things like that, some extension cords, and some couple extra parts. So that's almost always left up in here. As you can see, all of these bays have the same lock, and again, it's that same silver key that opens all the way around. What you're seeing here is the outside of the water heater. You do have a patio light, they call it, that's adjustable from the inside of the RV. There is a power step that is manually pushed out by a button inside. Always want to remember to bring that back in before you're leaving. You do have a 110 outlet on the outside of the vehicle here, should you need to plug anything in. Under this compartment back here that does not have a lock, you'll see there's not a lock. You open it up, and this is going to take you to your fill station and your propane tank. That yellow cap will come off. They'll be able to fill it. And again, that is not something that you will need to do yourself, but when you go to a propane fill station, they will be able to fill it for you. Before you take off, you're going to want to make sure that all of these cargo bay doors are shut and locked. You do not want one of those to open up while you're going down the freeway. Inside here, you'll see that I do keep 4 folding chairs. The tire iron is back here, but you should have 24/7 roadside assistance, so I don't recommend changing a tire yourself. Call the 24/7 roadside number. And you can see this is a through storage all the way across. If you don't want to take the chairs, or you need more storage, we're happy to take those out before you rent it if you'd like. On the back of the RV here, you'll see there's the spare tire. There are the locks that I'm talking about that holds it on, and these two small square keys by themselves undo those locks. There is a ladder that goes up onto the roof. You will have no need to go up there. There is no storage up there. You are not supposed to go on the roof. That's only for me to be able to check the status of the seals and the covers. That is your backup camera. It will not need adjusting. It will work just fine as is. As we come along the driver's side, these are all the same locks, and here's the other side of that large open bay I told you about. I do have converters in here for the different outlets that you might have. This vehicle comes with a 30 amp service on it. If you need to either run a regular 110 to a house, 15 amp service, or if you need to hook up to a 50 amp service, I have the adapters for both. This is if you need to hook up to a regular 110. This is for hooking up to a 50 amp service to the 30 on the side of the RV that's already built in. I do keep a hose nozzle in here in case you need to hose anything off, hose down. This is the drinking water hose that you should be using. And just inside of it, you'll see is the main water control panel. And all you're going to need to worry about here are these two indications that you see on the left half of the grid. Pump city and pressure, and tank fill. you are going to leave those indicators as shown in that picture with these 4 knobs, and you're going to have them match. This one is pointing down, this one is pointing up, that one is pointing to the right, and the blue one is pointing to the right. So when you want to run off of the pump and the freshwater tank in the RV, you will have it in that setting. When you want to run off of city pressure, when you're going to be hooked up right here, you will keep it in this same setting. The only time you need to go into the tank fill, which you can see varies slightly in which way those need to be turned, is if you need to add a little bit of water to the freshwater tank. That's only for going down the road, having to wash your hands or flush your toilets. That is not for regular use, okay? What you'll also see on the end of this drinking hose, this brass fitting, it's a pressure regulator. I always want you to leave that on, and that will thread right into this, and then you will take this end right here and thread it onto the spigot that they have for you at your campsite or at somebody's house. You will leave it in the setting for pump or city pressure to use that at the campsite and or to run off of the water pump and the freshwater tank inside the unit. Here you have your gas fill. 87 octane, low grade is all you need. And next we'll move on to how to do the empty the tanks and the rest of the outside of the RV.